everyone, welcome back. My name is Lynn Wilson and welcome to my home. I'm in a little bit of a dress down today. It's my day off and it's been an interesting day, but I do want to start off with a big thank you first. I received when I got home in the mail my Amazon package, and this is one of two tote bags that I ordered from a gift. So it's got a little tassel here. This is a gray one, and I also have a teal one coming, but I don't know why I ordered them together and they're coming in separate orders. But let me show you. I just got to I'm a bag lady. I'm a bag lady, I confess. But it has a nice, it folds out quite nice. I like it because it's extremely lightweight. I like the gray color. I wanted something that would be good for winter and for the fall, and I think that would be great. It's got the tassel, but then it also came with this really pretty scarf that you could tie to it as well, and I think that's really nice. And the other one that I got was teal, which would be this color, so I think they'll be quite nice together. Just a nice tote for me to take back and forth to work, and I really like it. I wanted something very lightweight, very versatile. So one of you who are one of my viewers sent me a gift card to Amazon. You know who you are, I'm sure you do. And I don't want to mention your name to embarrass you in any way, but just to say thank you once again. I got two totes with that gift card. They were $12.99 each. I'll leave the link in the description below in case you're interested. Very lightweight. I like it, and I like too that it folds flat. So you can see it'll take no room at all. So when I'm not using the one color, I can put it aside, and while I'm using the other color, what have you. So I'm going to get that set up after I'm done recording tonight, get my tote ready to take with me to work tomorrow. I'm so excited. I love bags. I love bags. So I decided with that gift card, it was for my birthday, it was for me, and I wanted a new tote, so I got two of them. So thank you again to my friend. So I thought I would just jump on here and talk about our stockpile meals worth doing. So we do a lot of talking about stockpiling on my channel and on many other channels. And we talk about it as if it's important, because it is important. And is a stockpile meal important? So you got to see in the beginning of the video, showed you a little clip of our son Gavin. He's taking ice skating lessons. It was a special needs lesson that they offered. We had to pay for it, of course, but on the one autism group, I couldn't think of the name, that we belong to, they had posted for anyone that wanted to come. It was so much for so many weeks. And I thought, this is great. And from what I understand, 20 people signed up, and there's been 2 people showing up. The one week, Gavin was actually by himself. So there are 2 instructors. They are fantastic. Gavin is having a great time. So my day today consisted of a crazy morning, and then I took him ice skating, and then we came home. We just finished dinner, and now I've got to prep for work tomorrow. My husband has, he's got a counselee coming tomorrow. He's doing some counseling, and I have a big event at work tomorrow, and then Gavin's got youth group, and the week will continue. But why do I ask you that question? Are stockpile meals important? Yeah, they really are. I'll give you an example of something very practical. And what you see on my channel, this is real life. This is not a show. This is me. This is my life. This is how we live. This is what we do on a daily basis. And this is my home and everything else that goes with it. And I had somebody tell me in a card that I shared yesterday that she thanked me for being a real person. And I understand that. I've watched many shows where I feel like it's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying anything like that. But it's more staged. It's more of a, more entertaining, I guess you'd say. And there's a place for that, I guess. But I don't know how to entertain. I just tell it as it is. Very black and white. So here we go. So today, well, let me start with last night. I was so excited, you know, finally got a day off. I'm going to get all this stuff done. I had my to-do list and I was going to do it. One thing I promised myself is I was going to sleep in this morning, which I did. Check that box. I was going to catch up on some YouTube videos. Check off that box. And not too many, but enough to feel like I had a couple of hours in the morning for myself. And I was excited. I made some homemade waffles. I got that going for breakfast. I was excited. And I was going to make a shepherd's pie for lunch. And got all the stuff out. I was all set. It takes, you know, it's layers to it. It takes some time. And I was getting ready to do that. And all of a sudden I heard a boom. Like felt like the house shook. It was that loud on the second floor. And I knew it was probably my husband. So I grabbed my cell phone thinking, in case I have to call 911, yelled out to my youngest son, Gavin, come on upstairs with me. Let's go. Let's find out where Dad is. Well, I didn't realize my husband had taken a shower. Usually he'll let me know. And if you're new to my channel, you might not know my husband has epilepsy and is on full-time disability. My youngest son is autistic, as well as 4 other diagnoses. He is our youngest, and he is adopted, and you'll see that in the pictures. Obviously, we looked a tad different, and so he has his own disabilities. So him and his dad some days bring lots of extra special challenges to the family, which is fine, but you know, makes the day a little bit more adventurous. So I ran upstairs and I tried to open the bathroom door, and my husband was sort of wedged against it a little bit, and I could get my head in there, and I'm, are you okay? He was with it enough to talk to me, but he doesn't really remember any of that conversation. But I guess what had happened is he must have been standing and then fell to his knees with a seizure. So I had to wait till he was with it enough. I could have pushed the door in, but I didn't want to like push on him and then get him frightened, because he wasn't quite with it enough to know. And so anyway, there we go. I had to get him from the bathroom. At that point, I had sent my youngest downstairs, and I had to get him from the bathroom, and I walked the bathrooms upstairs near our bedroom and walk him to our bed. And needless to say, he was coming out of the shower, so he wasn't quite dressed, you know, for anyone else to see him, let's put it that way. So I got him into bed, threw a bunch of blankets on top of him, because I figured at this point he's probably going to get a chill. And we have a little heater in there, and I turned the little heater on so that it would give him enough warmth that he would not get a chill. So a lot of times what happens is he's highly sensitive to, when he's in a seizure kind of, we call it a seizure mode, when he's in that, everything bothers him. Everything's heightened. And a smell can cause him to have a seizure. The lights are too bright. The lights are too dark. It's too hot. It's too cold. Everything, anything that is a sensory type thing can cause him to have a seizure. So today he said he just felt like a nice hot shower. And he can't take a shower unless I'm home. That's kind of an unwritten rule we have in our house, just that I'm nearby if there's a problem. Well, I didn't realize he went upstairs to take a shower, and I was doing the breakfast dishes. That's when I heard the boom loud, and the shower, the bathroom's directly above our kitchen on the second floor. So anyway, got him in bed, and then what happens is he gets very restless. So he starts to doze off, and he gets restless. If he hears me making noise or heard me going down the stairs, he would immediately wake up and want to, what's going on? I'm okay, I'll get up, you know, I want to help. And so we have a small sitting area next to our bedroom, and I decided to sit there, and I thought, what can I do? I can't go anywhere. So I thought, I'll check comments, and I can answer some of your comments. And by the way, thank you. I've got to sit down and actually tell a lot of you some of these comments that I got, especially on the tiny Stockpile on a tiny budget. Wow, the comments you guys had were amazing. Some of the thoughts and ideas, just, it keeps overflowing. You guys, spot on, great tips. If you didn't read the comments, or you're looking for some great ideas, go back and read the comments. You guys have, we could write a book for all the ideas we have. So anyway, needless to say, I was sitting upstairs, and I was getting so restless because I had a list to get done today. And I was so frustrated because I don't have a lot of time at home because of being the only driver and taking everyone where they need to go. I've been out 5 nights. I finally had a day off. I wanted to get stuff done. I knew I had to take Gavin ice skating this afternoon for part of his homeschool lesson. And so here I am, and Gavin yells upstairs, and that's our youngest son. And, Mom, what are you doing? I said, trying to make things light, you know. Oh, I'm babysitting Dad. So this way, if I stayed there long enough, my husband would get into a deep sleep, which he needed to do. But I was just so frustrated because, and this is the real part of me coming out here, I had things to do. I had a list I wanted to get done. There are things in my home that I've been trying to get done for months, for weeks. And every time I turn around, I said, today is the day I'm going to do it. That was 3 weeks ago. That was 3 months ago. If you have someone on disability in your home, you can totally relate. I have friends that'll say, oh, it's fine. You know, you can do it. Yeah, it's not fine, and no, you can't do it. So I get it. If you are that person living in that type of situation, I totally get it. Thumbs up to you. It's just so frustrating when you want to get stuff done and you can't. So finally he fell into a deep sleep. I said, okay, check that box. I knew I could come downstairs, but at this point I knew we had to leave. I knew I had to have a shower, yada, yada, yada. So I'm sitting there going, oh, you know, what should we do? First thought that comes to my head is maybe we'll just hit Wendy's on the way there, grab a burger. And I'm like, no, I just talked about the $17 French fries. What are you thinking, Lynn? You know, it's just, it's a convenience, you know, that you can run somewhere, pick something up. That's the first thought I had, only because I was tired, I was weary, and I'm trying to, how am I going to get everything done that I need to get done and be there on time? And I can't make shepherd's pie at this point. I don't have enough time. And, you know, all these thoughts. And I thought, I could hear myself listening to my own videos saying, stockpile, stockpile. So I was trying to think, what can I do? And then I remembered I had watched Amy Marion. I don't know if you guys watch Amy Marion. She's one of my favorite ladies, and she makes homemade refried beans. I guess that's what it is. Well, we're going to call it that, but I think that's what it is. So I thought, oh, I have some tortillas in the refrigerator, and I had a little bit of salsa, and I had a little bit of sour cream, and as she calls it, gathering up your fragments. And I'm like, okay, what could I do? Okay, I had to take a little commercial break there real quick and adjust something on my phone. My power is running low, so if the microphone is not picking this up as good as it was earlier, I apologize for that. So I was thinking, what could I make? What could I do? So I thought, oh, Amy does these refried beans, and I'm thinking, well, what could I, you know, I probably have a can stashed away. And I'm like, oh, I looked in my pantry and I had a can of red kidney beans. That'll work. So I got the red kidney beans, I drained them, rinsed them off a little bit, put them in the food processor, added a little olive oil to it, and a little salt and pepper, and off I went, and I made refried beans. I think next time moving forward, I probably would add a little garlic or onion powder, you know, but it's the first time I've ever done it. So I took the tortillas, I slapped that thing with some refried beans. I had some shredded cheddar cheese left in the refrigerator. So I put that on that, and I rolled them up, and I put them in the air fryer. And my son loves I call it the fake macaroni and cheese, but it's that, you know, the jar cheese or the box cheese or whatever. He calls it the Shells noodles. When I go to like the Dollar Tree and you get that squeeze packet with the Shells pasta. Well, even though that's only $1, I thought, well, it's 88 cents for a box of Shells pasta from Walmart. And you can get a packet for 50 cents at Walmart of the cheese. So it's definitely cheaper to go do it homemade. So what I did is I opened the package up, and there's enough in one package for 2 boxes of macaroni and cheese. So I made semi-home-made macaroni and cheese, and I did the burritos, and I put them down, and I put a little salsa on top of the burrito and a little sour cream on there, and you could see that in the picture that I showed earlier. whipped up something. It literally took me about 5 minutes. Put the pasta on the stove, put the refried beans down on the tortilla with the cheese. I rolled them up, put them in the air fryer, and by the time 6-8 minutes were done in the air fryer, the burritos were done. I had the pasta cooking up. It was a few more minutes. I just drained the pasta, threw it in a bowl, squeezed some of that cheese on, stirred it up, put that on a plate. I even put a little salsa on top of the macaroni and cheese. We had lunch. It was delicious. I actually have some burritos left. I said to my husband, I think I'll have one of those for breakfast tomorrow. It's great. It's red kidney beans, and I made it into refried beans and then added the cheese to it on our tortilla. It'd be great with a cup of coffee. I'll be good to go. But you know what? I was so thankful that I had the stockpile. I was so thankful that I had something that was quick and easy I could throw together. This is one of the things, like we've talked about, why have a stockpile? Because sometimes the budget's tight and you can't go out to eat. Sometimes the budget's tight, you can't go out and shop for any more food. You have to use what you have. Sometimes you're in a pickle like I was. I needed a meal. I needed it quickly. I needed to leave. And I was able to pull some of the things that I had already on hand and throw together a quick meal. And it was interesting because the same person that gave me the gift card that I was able to purchase this tote with, I was connecting with her today and just telling her about what's going on. And she said, you need to do a video on that. And I'm like, I wish I had videoed how I did the refried beans, how I made the burritos. She says, don't worry about that. Just post that picture. But people need to hear how important it is to have a stockpile to be able to connect with when you need a quick meal. She says also, just get up there and be real with people and let them know what's going on, because somebody else out there might be, maybe not in the same exact situation, but in a similar situation. I don't know where you are today. I don't know if you're having a great day. Fantastic. Maybe you're having a kind of day like I'm having today. And you know what? I want to let you know it's okay. You're not alone. It's okay. Tomorrow is a fresh day. God's mercies are new every morning. And I can wake up fresh and start again. Will I get everything done that I needed to get done today? No. It's going back on the list. It might be another 2 days, 2 weeks to 2 months. It is just frustrating when you live with people with a disability, because you might have, my to-do list could be 20 things. That's not reality. Even you have your top 3. They always say, put your top 3 down. Well, my top 3, none of them got done today. And that's what's frustrating, when you're always feeling like you're behind the 8 ball on things, and I just can't get things done. I had to stay with my husband. He ended up sleeping for about 2 hours. So the things that I would have done in those 2 hours, I couldn't do. Maybe things he could have helped me with in those 2 hours, he couldn't do. There are some things that my youngest son can help with, and there's other things that he just can't. It's just not where he's at. For various reasons, he can't do it. But you know what? I wanted to let you know it's okay. And I did an earlier video on reaching out and calling someone to see if they're doing okay. I'll tell you, today would have been one of those days that if somebody had texted me or called me or emailed me or something like that, it would have been the perfect day for me to go, oh boy, did I ever need that. So I want to really encourage you, if you didn't get a chance to watch the video, go back and listen to it. It's not long. It was a short video, but just reaching out to a friend that might be in need, that, somebody that has been touching your heart and you're like, oh, I wonder how they're doing. Reach out and connect with them. So is a stockpile meal that important? Absolutely, 100%. I was able to take a can of beans, mush them down, lay it on a tortilla, add some cheese, roll it up, and make a quick burrito in the air fryer. I was able to grab a box of cheap pasta and throw some cheese with it and make a quick makeshift type macaroni and cheese and a burrito for lunch, throw some sour cream and salsa on it. It was a pretty decent meal, for considering the fact that in full, it probably took me 12 minutes to make. If I had driven to a Wendy's, which is near me, by the time I drove there, got through the drive-thru, drove home, it would have been more than 12 minutes. And then on top of that, I probably would have spent 40, plus dollars on 3 meals. You know the prices of fast food. Where here I spent, I don't know, I mean, the pasta was 88 cents, the cheese was 50 cents, and the sour cream and the salsa were leftovers. The cheese was leftovers. The can of kidney beans were, it was probably 50 cents when I got it. And the tortillas, so, maybe I made a meal, maybe, let's just say round it up to $3. For 3 of us, I made for $3. And I have enough leftovers that I have lunch for tomorrow if we wanted to have the same meal. So now let's say it's $1.50 per meal, and you break that down into 3 people, you're talking what? 50 cents a person? 50 cents a person for a meal is a whole lot better than spending $40 for the 3 of us. And I made it in my kitchen. I know what was in it. And I always, always, always sprinkle a little extra love in everything that I make. So I want to encourage you to make sure you're building your stockpile, even if it's 1 can at a time. And know that sometimes you're going to have to look and go, I got to grab something out of that stockpile and throw a meal together, because it's going to save you money in the long run. Hope you're encouraged a little bit by some of what I said today. Come back another time for another video. And I can't wait to show you my second bag when it comes in. It'll be teal, so I'll show you that when it comes in. Thanks so much for coming over. We'll catch you all on the next video.